Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Rebels Radio here from the lovely Dorchester town area, where we're here today for Dorchester Town versus Slough Town. This is Rebels Radio. My name is Aid, and if you would like to get in contact with us at any time during today's game, you can do that a couple of ways. You can do that either via Twitter, where it's at MyFC Rebels Radio, or you can do it on YouTube if you're listening via the YouTube. And you're a subscriber to YouTube, you can come down, there's a comments page, excuse me, and we'll regularly try and have a look at that and give a shout out to us if you tell us who you are and what you're doing and whereabouts you are. I'll run through the two teams with you very quickly, just for your information. There is a couple of changes to the starting 11 for Dorchester, and there's a new signing for Slough. I don't know if you saw it on the forum that Slough were after a striker from another club and there was a problem with his registration. That has been sorted, so his name will appear very shortly. This is MyFC Rebels Radio. We're sponsored by our two sponsors, which are the Slough Town Supporters Trust, who have just put details on their website, sloughtown-supporterstrust.co.uk, of the sponsored walk for this season. It'll be for the last home game of the season. It's in conjunction with Wexham Park Hospital, and it'll be going from Heatherwood Hospital to Windsor and then on to Arbour Park. You can find those details there. And then our other sponsors are MyFC. MyFC have a new what's it called? Website. There you go. New website, and you can find that it's on the Pichero site. So if you type in Pichero and MyFC, you can join that. You don't have to pay to join that one. It's a free one, so you can join that one and join in with the conversations and whatever's going on there. So I'll start with the first run through of the two teams, starting with the home side, Dorchester Town, who play in black and white striped shirts with black shorts and black socks. In goal for them is Shane Murphy. 2, Jason Brooks. 3 is Jordan Williams. 4, John Vance. 5, and captain is Nathan Walker. 6 is new signing from Exeter City, previously at Weymouth, is Toby Down. 7 is Ollie Bassett. 8, Matt Oldring. 9, Lewis Powell. 10, Franklin Clark, and 11 is Tom Blair. Substitutes for Dorchester are 12, Ollie Mayhew. 14, Ben Hood. 15, David Gerard. 16 is Billy Mitchell, not the guy from EastEnders. And 17 is Ollie Davies. There's some Slough fans are just putting a Slough Sheffield United shirt flag up. Sorry. For the Rebels, there is one change to the starting 11. Mark Scott is in goal. 2, and captain is Sean Fraser. 3 is Paul Stonehouse. 4, Mark Nisbet. 4 is Nathan Smart. 15 is Mark Nisbet. The number 5 shirt has been damaged, so he's wearing 15. 6 is Lee Togwell. 7 is James Dobson. 8, Simon Dunn. Manny Williams wears 9, coming back from injury. 10, Chris Flood, and 11 is Warren Harris. The substitutes for Slough today are, this is a bit wrong, it says Jackman, but it's Jackman. Josh Jackman is wearing 12. Jesse Wilson wears 14. New signing Ramon Rose from Basingstoke wears 16. Gherkin Gockman 17, and Nathan Webb wears 18. Those are your two sides for today's game. I'll run through those a little bit closer to kick-off for you, as we're just currently being entertained here by Dinky the mascot, who is the Dorchester mascot, who is a giant bear. And I bumped into the, I don't know, is it a person playing the bear, or are we not allowed to say that it's not a real person? I'm not sure, but we bumped into the gentleman who plays the bear, and he's a very big bear. Just in height, don't get rude, please, whatever you do. Some of the other games today in the Southern Premier League for you today: Banbury versus St Ives, Basingstoke versus Chippenham, Cambridge versus Leamington, Cinderford versus Redditch, Dunstable versus Cirencester, Hitchin versus Kings Lynn, Kettering versus Chesham, Merthyr versus Frome, St Neots versus King Langley, Stratford versus Biggleswade, and a 2 p.m. kickoff today was Weymouth versus Hayes and Yedding. So those are the other games in the Southern Premier League today. Someone's got a Slough Chelsea flag. There you go. Two sides just start to come out here, and looks like Dorchester have a large amount of mascots coming out as they're just going through. And we'll just wait for those. Your referee today is Timothy Burley from Redroof. His two assistants are Stephen Annis from Penzance and Nigel Darcy from Hale. So those are your two groups. I'll run through those teams with you again in a second. Like I say, if you do want to get in contact, it's Twitter. It's at MyFC Rebels Radio. And if you want to contact us via the YouTube, you should scroll down page and it will come through. Good afternoon to Marchacho and St Ives Town TV, who are currently listening at the moment. The weather here today is just started raining a little bit before the game. A little bit of a spin there. The two gentlemen from the press box who have kindly let me use their press box are just taking some photos. There's a presentation here for an elderly lady who's some kind of supporter of the. I don't understand. She's an old lady. She's getting a prize for still being the longest supporter, and she's just getting a kiss from the Dorchester captain there and the Dorchester manager. So they're just running through here. And if you've never been to Dorchester, it's a lovely ground. We're in a very large stand that must seat about, I'd say about 1,500. It's quite a big stand here, and we're privileged to be here today. And then on the far hand side there's some turnstiles in the middle where the halfway line is. And then there's two covered areas on that far side. To our left, behind one of the goals, there's some terracing, but it's not covered. And to our right, there's some terracing as well, which is covered. So that is Dorchester Football Club. The players are just going through a thing at the moment, so I'll run through those two sides for you again today. For Dorchester Town, Shane Murphy in goal. 2 is Jason Brooks. 3 is Jordan Williams. 4 is John Vance. 5, Nathan Walker, who's captain. 6 is Toby Down. 7, Ollie Bassett. 8, Matt Holdring. 9, Lewis Powell. 10, Franklin Clark. And 11 is Tom Blair. For the Rebels, Mark Scott is in goal. 2 is Sean Fraser. Captain. 3 is Paul Stonehouse. 4 is Nathan Smart. 15 is Mark Nisbet. 6 is Lee Togbell. 7 is James Dobson. 8, Simon Dunn. 9, Manny Williams. 10, Chris Flood. And 11 is Warren Harris. For those of you with your highlighter pens, the Dorchester goalkeeper is disappeared. He's wearing a nice fluorescent lime yellow coloured shirt, and the Slough goalkeeper is in a highlighter colour pen of orange. So mark those off for you. And just waiting for the Dorchester captain just to pop over and do the handshaking thingamajiggy as the mascot still have a little kick around on the pitch, trying to find the one blade of grass that's still there. And looks like the rain has stopped a little bit. Oh no, I can still see it coming across. There you go. So the two sides are just swapping ends. Slough will be shooting from right to left. And we're just going to see who will take the kick-off. There we go. Someone's going to have I think Slough mostly have got the kick-off bin as they're not standing by the ball at the moment. They're just doing their hokey-cokey huddle. Left leg in, right leg out. Latest score that we had from Weymouth, we'll keep you up to date with some of the other latest scores, was that Hastings were 2. And it looks like Dorchester are going to have the kick-off. Lewis Powell standing over, just waiting for the referee to get the game underway. Manny Williams playing up front today, so Slough gone for a 4-4-2 formation. And there you go, that is the kick-off. Dorchester immediately with the ball here and flicking it out on the far hand side, looking for Blair. The ball comes through to Stonehouse, who flicks the ball high down the field, trying to find Manny Williams. Out jumped there easily, and the ball comes back out towards Blair, but Stonehouse is there first. Throw in for Dorchester, and we need a ball already. And just having a look at where teams line up. Quick throw in there by Dorchester. Slough win the ball here with Simon Dunn. Dunn plays it immediately off. One of the Dorchester players gets a throw, which will be left for Paul Stonehouse to take. Stonehouse just waiting for a little bit of movement. Goes long towards Chris Flood. Flood does well to win the flick on. Headed away though by Oldring. Comes into centre where Togwell rises high, but heads it only into the path of Blair. Blair trying to run across the middle. Trying to play the ball here, looking for Powell, but Nathan Smart's there. Goes back to his goalkeeper Scott, and Scott clears the ball. High into the air, but straight out of play for a throw to Dorchester on the halfway line. And quickly taken by Dorchester on the far hand side. In toward Down. Down with the long ball over the top, but Powell is adjudged to be offside. And it's a free kick to Slough. There's one of the Dorchester assistants just has a quiet word with the linesman there, just double checking. So it's a free kick to Slough inside their own half, about 15 yards. And Mark Scott standing over this free kick. Hits it high in the air, just catches a little bit in the wind. Aim for James Dobson. Dobson does well. Flicks the ball on, trying to find Flood. Flood gets there in the middle. Goes down. He's just caught there, and he's I think he was trying to appeal for a penalty, but the play's gone on. Dorchester's still with the ball, and it's played off, and Chris Flood still down, injured at the moment, as the Slough bench just point that out to the referee. Chris Flood just got caught there as he ran into the box on the knee, and immediately they send Ramon Rose, the new signing, for a little jog down the field, but Chris Flood's alright, doesn't need any treatment from Super Kev. And he'll just try and run that injury off, and Slough will have a throw to with Paul Stonehouse halfway inside the Dorchester half. Looking for Flood. Flood holds the ball up, turns into trouble, and it's cleared there by Vance. Only as far as Smart. Smart just takes a heavy touch there, and Power tries to go round him. Smart just stands on the ball. Comes through here to Clark. Clark plays the ball in, but Slough get there first with Fraser, and Togwell comes and tidies up, and then plays into the path of Warren Harris. Harris with a chance to run down that right hand side. Plays the ball in for Williams. Williams holds the ball up and then turns, trying to go on the far side of Down. Down holds him up there with some help. Fraser gets the ball, comes into Dobson, appearing on the left hand side, in towards Flood. Flood headers goal was, oh, what a good save that is by the Dorchester goalkeeper Shane Murphy. Full stretch there, and gets a good strong hand, and Slough have a corner from that Chris Flood effort. And it'll be James Dobson who goes over to take it. He's just got the ball in his hand. So first corner of the game here to the Rebels. In swinging corner from Dobson on that far hand side. And every Dorchester player is back here. Slough with a different formation. Here they go. They're going to do the hokey cokey do it again. Here we go. Just holding on the 18-yard line, waiting for this cross to come in from the corner. Goes in. It's headed. Oh, it's come all the way across goal, and it comes back out towards Dobson. Dobson shins that ball, and that's almost a fantastic clearance. Gives a chance here for a run down the far hand side, but a heavy touch there by Blair. Being just out for a throw, and the pitch not helping his play there, but it's a throw to Slough just on the halfway line. Stonehouse again with it. Takes it quickly towards Dunn. Dunn can turn and then play the ball down. Hits it straight at Blair. Blair with the ball forward, trying to find the run over the top here of Clark. Nathan Smart comes across, and Smart goes across to Mark Scott. Scott just opens his body and clears the ball down the line. Dobson's now on the right hand side. It comes off the head of Williams, and it's a throw to Slough. Quickly taken here by Fraser in towards Togwell. Togwell takes it on his thigh and plays the ball forwards, looking for the run of Warren Harris. Headed away by Down. Comes through to Matty Williams. Williams comes across, just struggles off the ball, and he's adjudged to a foul. It's a free kick to Dorchester. And it's just outside there, a couple of yards outside their penalty area. Chippenham have already scored, so it's Basingstoke 0, Chippenham 1. And this free kick to be taken by the goalkeeper, Shane Murphy. Let's just see if we've got any more goals in the games going on. As Murphy with this long ball aimed towards Powell, and this bit will try and raise and jump. Headed on again by Togwell. Comes through to Williams. Williams can hold the ball up and straight out towards Warren Harris. Harris with a chance to run here down the far hand side. Williams comes across, and Harris still running into the corner, travelling 30-40 yards. Gets a low cross into the box. It's hooked clear in the end by Oldring, and goes out for a throw to the Rebels. And that goal by Chippenham looks to be the only goal of the game so far in the Southern Premier League that we can see, apart from the Weymouth Hayes game. Ball here towards Blair. Blair plays the ball forwards, but it's a poor touch by him. It'll come through towards Nisbet. Nisbet spreads it immediately to Stonehouse. Stonehouse with the ball here to Flood. Flood just appearing on the left-hand side. Tries to get a cross in. It's blocked well by Blair. It's out for a throw to Slough. And taken quickly by Nisbet to Dobson. Dobson with the ball in, trying to find Williams. Williams with the header. Oh, and it's a goal already for the Rebels on 6 minutes. And Manny Williams, the tiny guy, just come back from injury, heads, and it's a looping header over Murphy. And Slough take the lead. Just as I said, there was only one goal in it. There you go, we got a goal already. And Manny Williams comes back from injury and scores with a header from a James Dobson cross. And Slough lead here 1-0. And the rain still coming down at a directional angle here, and just making the conditions a little bit tricky, but Slough with the lead here at the moment. And good afternoon to Colin Davis and Stephen Rhodes. Colin's got crystal clear reception apparently, and I believe we did have the other week we had some people in the Philippines who were listening in who got some crystal clear reception as well. But ball over the top here by Vance, trying to find Blair, but Stonehouse is there first for Slough. And it's a throw to Dorchester, roughly about 10 yards away from the Slough goal. And the right back, Brooks, will be the player that goes over to take this throw. And puts it into the box, but it's headed on well into the area. It's headed away by Fraser. Then Warren Harris. Ball comes out here towards Aldring on the edge of the box. Does well to go past the couple. Gets the ball out on the far hand side, but Powell can't get there, and it's out for a throw to Slough right by the corner flag. No Guy Hollis for the Rebels today. He's in Singapore for 2 weeks with work. And Sean Fraser will take the throw on that far side. Couple of about 5 or 6 yards away from the corner flag, just being told to not come any further by the referee. And his long throw finds Warren Harris. It's flicked on. It's headed away though by Aldring in towards Clark, and then a bit of head tennis done with the next one, and then Aldring with a good touch out on the far hand side towards Bassett. Bassett closed down, and then Warren Harris smashes that ball over the top here. Walker comes and spreads it across to Brooks. Brooks immediately under pressure from Dobson, plays the ball over the top, and then it's flicked on well here by Powell in towards Clark. Clark back heels trying to find Blair. Stonehouse is there first for Slough and clears for a throw. And it's a throw right by the corner flag here for Dorchester again. Brooks will be the player that goes over to take this. And Slough just got to be careful. They take it quickly to Dorchester. Comes back forward. Brooks, who plays the ball in. But that's an easy catch there for Mark Scott under no real pressure. And just holds the ball up. And just will take his time with this kick out. As he launches a long kick down the field. Catches a little bit in the wind. Flood can't get there. Headed away by Walker. Into the centre where Togwell gets the touch, but it comes through to Bassett on the far hand side. Bassett runs into a couple of Slough players. One being done. Up towards Williams. Back out here towards Fraser. Fraser on the overlap here. Comes down that right hand side. Got Warren Harris on his outside if he needs it. Plays it in towards Williams. Williams with the touch in. Trying to find the run of Harris. Ball played forwards. Smart's there first, but can only find Clark. Clark just looking for an option. Takes his time. Allows Togwell a chance to close the ball down. Ball played forwards, and Nathan Smart comes across, gets there before Powell, and under pressure, and he's just fouled there by Lewis Powell. It's a free kick to Slough. And someone has just said that Hitchin, Leamington, Chippenham and Merthyr have all taken the lead. So the top 5 in winning positions at the moment. Free kick to Slough here as the Slough fans just take their flag down. I think it was above the chairman's head, is mostly why it was. Ball played into the box. Dobson tries to win the flick on. Williams will chase it down. Brooks is there for Dorchester. Plays up towards Blair. Blair flicks the ball on, but Togwell's first to the ball for Slough. Dunn trying to get there first. Just pushes him off the ball. Played down the line here for Flood. Flood just right by the things I can't see. Plays the ball in. Dobson gets a touch to it. Headed away though by Down towards Togwell. Shoots from distance, and it's a good save by Shane Murphy. He does really well, not only to save it, but to keep hold of that ball as well. As Williams was standing right there just beside him, just in case he spilled it. And Murphy with this long kick down, trying to find Powell. Nisbet with a free header, can head it forwards. Bounces in front of Down. Poor header by him, but it comes through to Aldring. Aldring in the centre, chased down by Slough's number 8, Dunn. Comes out towards Williams. Williams with time, trying to play the ball over the top, looking for Powell. That ball will just hold up, and Nathan Smart's going to try and see it out here, but has to play it himself, and does well to bring the ball out in towards Togwell. Togwell, who will miss next Saturday's game after that red card on Tuesday. Ball down the top, looking for Flood. Flood's Just held back there by Walker, and it goes through to Murphy in the Dorchester goal. And Dorchester just trying to get their heads around here. They're one down already here. And Murphy just comes a little bit over to the left-hand side, plays the ball forwards, and Dobson will get there first. Does well to header the ball up. Then Walker just ducks out of it. Ball falls kindly towards Dunn. And apparently there's an offside there against Chris Flood, so it's a free kick to Dorchester. And Hayes and Yedding have got a second, so they're 2 up at Weymouth. That will please someone in our press box. I'm not going to say who, just in case someone's listening. As we wait for Murphy to take this. I'm not going to take the free kick. It's going to be Brooks that takes it. He's a good 10 yards away from where the linesman is standing. And in fact, they're going to leave it for Walker to take. And Walker takes this free kick, drills it high. It's back towards Nisbet. Nisbet with a free header. Comes through to Aldring. Heads it into here towards Vance. Vance closed down by Dunn. Dunn wins the ball back for Slough. And then under pressure manages to clear the ball, but it's out for a throw. Good afternoon to Graham Tompkins, who's listening. Got in contact on Twitter. Basingstoke have just equalised apparently. So Basingstoke 1, Chippenham 1. That's what we like to hear. Throw here on the halfway line for Dorchester, taken by Brooks. Plays it down the line, but smashed clear there by Nisbet, trying to find Williams. Williams up against Down. Ball comes through towards Brooks. Heads it looking for Blair. Stonehouse kung fu kicks the ball and then comes through here towards Vance. Vance with the ball forward finds Blair. Blair with a chance to run down this right hand wing. Looks up, tries to get across and hits it a little bit too hard. It goes all the way across. And unfortunately for Dorchester, Bassett coming in at the far post. It was just too far in front of him and goes all the way out for a throw to Slough on the far hand side. We've played 13 minutes here at Dorchester, the Green King Community Stadium as it's called, and it's Slough with this 1-0 lead, headed away by Williams and comes through here towards Dunn. Dunn just hooks that ball high up in the air, looking for the run of Williams. Williams up against Walker, total difference in height, size, and Walker heads it onto the roof, and it's a throw to Slough halfway inside the Dorchester half. As we just wait for someone to get the ball back. It's a throw to Slough. Fraser on that far hand side with this throw. Just looking for a run. Run comes from Williams. Holds the ball up. He's surrounded by a couple of players. Tries to play it off down. Ball drilled smack into the arm of Williams. It's out for a throw right by the corner flag for Dorchester. And the throw from Dorchester goes high up in the air, goes on the pitch, comes back out. It's a throw to Slough. That got absolutely nowhere, unfortunately. And Slough have a throw now. Fraser will take it quickly in towards Togwell. Chests it back towards Fraser, in towards Togwell. Togwell chased down. Dunn will chip the ball over the top, looking for Harris. It's Aldring with the header away, but the ball comes through here towards Fraser, in towards Manny Williams, inside the box. Just surrounded by a couple of... Oh, he's turned well. He's got a shot off, and it's just gone wide of the post there, but great play by Manny Williams. Had about 3 or 4 players around him, still managed to find space to fire a shot off, and Murphy dived down well, but just wide of the goal. Chippenham have got a goal back. Basingstoke 1, Chippenham 2. So just as your hopes get raised, I will drop them back down again. Chesham are leading at Kettering. Biggleswade are losing 1-0 against Stratford. Hungerford are losing at home to Maidenhead. And we'll come back to this one. Ball's here in the centre with Nathan Smart. Smart coming forward from that centre-back position. Togwell just filling in at the moment for him. Plays it in towards Dunn. Dunn with a touch. Just goes past Vance and still running with the ball. Dunn just trying to chip the ball out here towards Flood. Flood shakes down on his chest. Turns, hits it at Walker. It's out for a corner to the Rebels. And Slough creating a lot of chances here. They just need to maybe take another one if they want to try and settle this game early in this first half. 1 goal isn't a lot of an advantage. They've got a corner now trying to... the Slough, could you hear the Slough managers up here just chatting away. Dobson with this in-swing corner. Again, Slough doing their hokey-cokey routine. Put in with a lot of whip. Walker heads it away inside the 6-yard box. Bassett underneath it, heads it. Only as far as Fraser. Fraser back out here towards Dobson. Dobson first time cross. Comes through to Nisbet. Nisbet with almost an overhead kick, but... even he can't get his legs that high And the Slough fans making some good noise behind the goal. They're to the side, because it's raining, they're to the side of the goal. That's why. Hitchin have now gone 2 up. And Cheshire United have gone 2 up. So those are some of the scores from around. And we wait for Murphy to take this goal kick here for Dorchester. Everyone on this right hand side plays it down the middle, and it'll come and be a free header to Togwell. The ball just holds up in the air. Togwell tries to flick it here for the run of Warren Harris. Williams gets there first, trying to find Bassett. Bassett will keep the ball in, plays it first time, only hits Fraser, and Fraser has time to play the ball here towards Togwell. Togwell with the ball in, looking for the run of Warren Harris down that side. Warren Harris tries to get to the byline, gets there first, his cross. Oh, it's punched away by Murphy, who had plenty of time to catch it, and then hooks away by Vance. Comes through to Blair, inside his own half, up towards Clark. Clark trying to turn. Closed down well by Nisbet. Nisbet bring the ball forward here towards Williams. Williams will spread it out towards Dobson. Dobson's he's just caught there, and that's and then Clark's just booted the ball at Dobson while he's down on the floor. Dobson's got up and pushed him away, and it's a free kick to Slough, and the referee is going to get his yellow card out for Clark kicking the ball at Dobson while he's down on the ground. It's I don't think he meant it. I don't think he's that accurate a player, to be honest. But he gets a yellow card on 18 minutes. Is Franklin Clark, and the referee just chatting to 2 Slough players as Slough have a free kick around about 30 yards away from goal. And it'll be Dobson to take this free kick. It's going to be swung in too close to the goalkeeper, and Murphy has plenty of time to catch that and looks to try and get Dorchester on the attack quickly. Only Powell up front for them, and his kick is headed away by Fraser. Then down with a further header. Comes through to Powell, takes it well on his chest, finds Clark. Clark trying to spread it out here towards Bassett. And Slough let the ball bounce, and Bassett up against Fraser there. Fraser trying to play it out in right by the corner flag, and does manage to clear. And it's come out here and been flicked in, but Simon Dunn gets in there first for Slough. Plays it here towards Williams. Williams takes a touch in towards Flood. Flood back in towards Dunn. Slough with some good Dunn's just played it a little bit too far, and Williams is offside. Some good play there by Slough, but the final ball from Simon Dunn just overhit a little bit too much there, and it's out for a goal kick. So still Slough with this 1-0 lead here at the Green King Community Stadium. Getting a bit foggy in here. We'll do some window cleaning while we're at it, just so we can all see. Don't want people to think there's something going on in the press box. It's all steaming up. What's going on? As we wait for Murphy to take this free kick, a couple of yards just outside the box, his own box, and a long kick by him, trying to find Powell. Fraser with the header comes through towards Togwell. Togwell flicks it on only as far as Aldring. Aldring slips in the mud there, and it's given Slough a chance to close down, and the ball comes off Dunn. It's out for a throw to Dorchester just inside the Slough half. As Dorchester take it quickly. Slough with Warren Harris tries to find Williams. Williams tried to flick it past down, but still holds the ball up. Williams comes off here. It comes off Williams last. It's a throw to the Rebels. You want me to clean them all? The window at the top. Oh, here we go. Okay. Break in play while we sort the window out. Weymouth have got a goal back. Weymouth 1, Hazen Yedding 2. There's a ball into the box by Slough. It's a little bit too far. It means that Dobson's got to chase this ball down. Plays it here towards Stonehouse. Stonehouse closed down by Blair. And Blair with he's just taken a little bit too long, and Dobson's fouled him there though. And it's a free kick to Dorchester. 20 minutes gone here. And Slough with the better of the chances so far. And most probably should really be another goal in the front, but some good goalkeeping has kept the game in it. And Murphy's got a very dirty looking kit here at the moment as he takes his free kick halfway inside his own half. Plays it long. It's going to go straight towards Fraser. Fraser with a diving head in towards Williams. Williams tries to flick it on. It'll come through to Down, and Down hooks the ball down the line, trying to find Bassett. It's over his head, and Fraser just sees it out for a throw to the Rebels. And the rain's still coming down here at the Green King Community Stadium. Just about thankfully coming over on top of our heads is Scott with this long kick down the field, trying to find Flood, but it's too far. It's out for a throw on the far hand side. And a good number of Slough fans have made the journey down today. There was nearly 40 on the supporters coach, and quite a few have come down as well. As a quick throw here gives it's cleared by Dorchester, so up towards Powell. Powell working tirelessly on his own. It'll come through towards Dunn. Dunn closed down by Powell, who's done well to give it to Bassett. In towards Oldring. Oldring turns. Plays it in towards Clark. Clark immediately chased down by two players. Gets it out towards Down. Down chased down by some, but does well to play the ball out and then hits it for Blair. And Blair will keep that ball in. Can charge down this. Sorry, it's Brooks in the end who gives it in towards Clark. Apologies there. So I just, in all that excitement of describing the rain to you, I've pulled the plug out. There you go. That's not good. So hopefully we're back with you. I haven't missed anything because the ball just goes through here towards Shane Murphy. And Murphy with the long kick down, only as far as Smart. Smart with the good ball there, plays it in towards Dunn. Dunn to Warren Harris and back in towards Williams, in towards Dunn, trying to find the run of Harris over the top there. But it's hooked clear by Dorchester, comes out for a throw. The rain really coming down here now at Dorchester. As a throw comes in from Slough, but it's hooked clear here by Bassett. Hits Oldring, and Oldring can try and clear the ball further, but it will come straight back towards Nisbet. Nisbet will have plenty of time to bring the ball forward. He's got acres of space to run into. Brings it 20 yards and plays it out here towards Stonehouse. Stonehouse closed down, but chips the ball into the box, trying to find Williams. Williams trying to get there. Right. Right, so hopefully we're back again. Apologies there, just haven't missed anything as Slough just had a corner that went to nothing, and Dorchester just played the ball down towards Mark Scott, but no real danger in any of those. Apologies for the loss of sound there. So I'll try and sort it out at half time and just see what goes on. As Slough have a throw on the far hand side, it's taken quickly towards Togwell. Togwell towards Dunn. Dunn with a chip into the box, headed away by Walker. Comes out towards Bassett, who seems to have swapped sides with Blair. Comes in towards Togwell. Togwell with time to turn. Plays it, hits it at Williams rather than in front of him, and then hooked clear by Brooks. It's a throw to Slough. We played 28 minutes here at the Green King Stadium. Slough with a throw in towards Stonehouse. Stonehouse to Nisbet. Nisbet up towards Williams. Williams has got Stonehouse on the overlap. Stonehouse running down that side. Gets the cross in. Hooked away by Walker, but only as far as Dunn. Dunn does well to win the ball back. It comes out towards Dobson and Nisbet. Lovely play by the two. In towards Dobson. Dobson still going. Gets a shot. Oh, it's taken a deflection off Down and just literally rolls out in slow motion for a corner to the Rebels. And it'll be a corner from this near hand side for Slough. Dobson again to take it, and the Slough fans on that far hand side making a little bit of noise here in this rain, and you can just see that the two sets of managers are in soaking wet gear. As Slough wait for this corner to come in from this near hand side. It'll be an outswinging corner, goes too far towards the goalkeeper, and Murphy does well to just catch that one as Nisbet tried to come in at the far post, and Murphy rolls the ball out this time though towards Williams. Williams in a bit of space on that left back position. Comes forward with the ball. Looks to play the ball down, looking for the run of Blair, but Fraser's there for Slough. Just got a push in there, and it's a corner there. The ball last came off Sean Fraser. He's saying to the referee there's a little push in the back, little nudge, but the last cut clearly came off Sean Fraser, and it's a throw to Slough on the far, sorry, it's a corner to Dorchester on the far hand side, getting confused there. And it's Clark who goes across to take this corner for Dorchester. Still Dorchester 0, Slough Town 1. So Slough with some defending to do for almost really the first time this afternoon as the rain gets heavier and heavier here. Clark with this in-swinging corner, hits it with a lot of pace. Headed away though by Chris Flood. It will come out here towards Blair. Blair with the ball towards Bassett. Bassett with just a heavy touch, hits it in hard and low. Smashed clear by Dobson, but only high up into the air, and it will come through on the far hand side, and Clark will see it out for a Dorchester throw level with the 18-yard line. Clark going to take this throw himself by the looks of it, looking to find Powell. Powell just goes to the byline, holds the ball up under pressure from James Dobson. Ball hits straight at him, and Slough will clear through Stonehouse. Stonehouse with a thumped clearance. Williams underneath it for Dorchester, just plays it back into the middle. Comes through though to Nathan Smart, who does well, takes it down, plays it in towards Flood. Flood spreads it here towards Nisbet. Nisbet just been urging Slough forwards, plays it on the far hand side, looking for Harris, but well headed away by Williams. Comes out here and Blair will try and get there first. He does well to win it, but he didn't see where the ball had gone. Slough can clear with Harris and Togwell, and Harris just put under a bit of pressure there. Just got a little nudge in the back. Ball walks here nice for Clark. Clark running into the box, cuts it back inside, tries to shoot. It's deflected. It will come through to Bassett on this far hand side. Bassett gets it across, and it's blocked on the line by Stonehouse, who then hooks it clear. Ball's still on the edge of the box with the 18-yard line. Ball comes in and it's hit Togwell and goes over the bar for another corner here, but good play by Dorchester, but some solid defending by Paul Stonehouse. Clears the ball, and it's a corner on this near hand side, and Franklin Clark will go across to take this throw as Yeovil Steve just walks past. That's Steve who comes from Yeovil, for those of you who don't know. And it's going to be Clark with this outswinging corner for Dorchester. Hits it into the box, and it's cleared everyone. Nisbet with a header at the far post, hooked in then again, and then it's Dobson's head that comes off. Walker tries to head it, but Cannoni headed into the grateful arms of Slough's goalkeeper Mark Scott. And Scott's been urged to get Slough on the attack quickly, finding Williams down at the near hand side, but it's just in front of him. Hitchin apparently a free up already, and it's a throw here, and there's an injury here to the goalkeeper Shane Murphy of Dorchester, who's coming on, and it's going to be the physio's going to come on. So there's a little break in play here while Murphy gets injured. I mean, the ball was nowhere near him, so I don't know if he's just caught his feet in the ground and gone down, but Murphy's getting some treatment here, and the players are taking a little quick drinks break. So while we've got a break going on, let's see if we can find some of the more scores for you in the Southern Premier League. Let's have a look at what we can find. Cambridge 1, Leamington 1. Weymouth 2, Hayes and Yedding 2. That go on 73 minutes. Let's have a look at what else we've got. I don't know if they put the scores on when they tweet, wouldn't it, really? As we can't seem to see any more scores coming through. So, but Murphy's still being treated here, and gets back to his feet. Seems to be okay. And looks like Murphy will be fine to continue. So there'll be a couple of minutes to add on here, as I think Slough joint manager John Underwood just tapping up Jason Brooks here as he waits to take this throw. There's obviously laughing and joking about something that's going on. And the game will restart with a Dorchester throw. Brooks, underneath our commentary position, takes the throw, finding Power. It's come through to Togwell, though. Togwell just gets a leg out. Waldring with the header forwards. Only finds Slough's number 8, Dunn. Dunn just hits his ball straight at a Dorchester player, but gets the ball back with a lucky ricochet out towards Smart. Smart with the ball over the top, trying to find Williams. Williams trying to get there first, but it skips off the ground and straight into Murphy's hands and rolled out here towards Williams. Williams with the ball down the field. It'll be an easy... Oh, I was going to say an easy header for Smart. He misjudged it. Hook flicked on here. Comes here towards Blair. Blair trying to skip past. Finds Powell. Powell tries to shoot. Oh, and he's hit it high. Wide. And unfortunately for Dorchester, not very handsome. And he easily cleared the goal. And the ball's actually hit the stand and bounced a good 35 yards on pitch. But mistake there by Nathan Smart. Just seemed to arch his back a little bit as he headed it into the path of Dorchester, but it still remains here. 35 minutes gone. So Dorchester 0, Slough Town 1. And Slough have won the last 3 games that they played against Dorchester. As Scott with the kick, with Warren Harris trying to flick the ball on. It hits Toby down, but his ball away finds Warren Harris. He does well to skip past one, but then loses the ball, and it comes here, and the referee says it was a foul. And it's a free kick to Slough. And this could well be in what's known as Dobson territory. He's 30 plus yards out away from goal, so it may be a little bit too far for him, but we'll see if he... I think the referee's just making him go back a little bit further there. Yeah, he's around about 35 yards away from goal now, so I'm wondering if he's going to have a dig from here or if he's just going to float this one in. It's going to be Dobson with this free kick for the Rebels. 2-man wall for Dorchester. Dobson in his white and orange boots standing over this. Goes for goal. Hits it. It hits Williams. It comes through into the box towards Warren Harris. Gives it towards Flood. Flood tries to chip the ball in. It's finally smashed clear by Walker. But Slough with 2 players underneath it. One is Fraser, headed on by Dunn in towards the path of Williams. Williams trying to flick the ball on, keeps it well, gives it towards Nisbet. Nisbet with a chip over to the box. On the far hand side is Dobson. On the wrong side, he's going to try. Oh, he nutmegs brilliantly Williams and then gets the ball in. And that is a stunning goal by James Dobson. He's on the wrong side of the pitch. He's on the right. He gets down to the byline. Lovely ball in from Nisbet. And Williams tries to hold him up. He nutmegs Williams, cuts inside, gets to the about just on the 6-yard line, on that side bit of the 6-yard line, and then smashes it past Murphy with a lot of pace and power, and it gives Dobson the goal on 37 minutes. And the other Rebels fans on that far hand side are in good voice as Slough now lead here 2-0, and that is a fabulous goal by James Dobson. He hasn't scored for a while, our leading goal scorer. And leading goal scorer playing from that left wing position. And it's Dorchester with the kick-off as some Slough fans obviously sitting in this main stand. And Slough immediately chasing the ball down with the ball forwards. Comes through to Warren Harris. Harris just beating to the ball as Blair on that far hand side flicks it in towards Clark. Clark chased down by Togwell, still running with the ball. Goes well to get it towards Brooks. Brooks looking for an option forward. Plays it down the line looking for Powell. Powell with the touch in towards Bassett. Bassett here looking to try and release Clark, but Nisbet's first to the ball for Slough and plays it wide and then clears and then finds Togwell. Togwell just in the right space at the right time, under pressure. Holds, good play by Togwell. Holds it up, gives it here towards Simon Dunn. Dunn just chips the ball over the top, looking for the run of a Slough player. It's going to be Walker that comes across here for Dorchester, puts the ball over the top. Nisbet with a header in towards Togwell. Togwell in that holding position does well, plays it in towards Williams. Williams comes back onto the halfway line, spreads it out here towards Fraser. Fraser just takes a touch there as the ball bobbles in front of him. In towards Togwell. Togwell looks up. Got a bit of space to play the ball, trying to find Warren Harris, or it's just a little bit too far in front. And it goes out of play for a throw to Dorchester on that far hand side. And quickly taken. Find Aldring. Aldring immediately under pressure from Williams, but does well to turn and plays it back out here towards Williams. Williams with the ball forward trying to find Powell. Powell just flicking it on, but no one running on from him. And Stonehouse will go back to his goalkeeper, Scott. Scott will take a touch. Will takes too many touches and just gets the ball clear as Powell chases it down. Headed away by Walker, but only as far as Nisbet. Nisbet takes it down under pressure. Gives the ball away to Blair. Blair chests it the wrong way. And now Slough have it with Dunn. Dunn raking through. Gets it here towards Flood. Flood on the edge of the penalty area. Cuts inside. Shoots with his left foot. Is saved by Murphy. And he doesn't gather it at the first attempt, but no Slough player close to him, and then can gather at the second attempt, and it still remains 2-0 here. And Murphy will easily the busiest of the two keepers here, and his kick is just high into the air and stunned with the header. It's flicked on though by Aldring. Ball just catches in the wind and comes through kindly to Clark. Clark chased down here by Togwell. Togwell wins the ball back for Slough, but only as far as Walker. Walker with the ball over the top. Stonehouse comes across, heads the ball away through to Togwell, and it's here towards Toby down under pressure, gives it to Aldring. Aldring trying to play the ball, and Slough have won it back here with Slough's number 8 done in towards Flood. Flood, just back here with the ball, and then it's hooked clear by Aldring, and Slough have a throw just a few yards inside the Dorchester half. Stonehouse to come across with this throw, just being urged to go down the line, and trying to find Dobson. Dobson does well to flick the ball on. Flood then heads it in towards Williams. Williams trying to find Harris. And Williams just there's two. Jordan Williams, just gets the ball first, and a good challenge there by Blair on Fraser as he was just trying to burst down that wide side, but it's out for a throw. And we've got about 5 minutes plus whatever the referee adds on for that Shane Murphy injury. The ball taken quickly from Slough in towards Dunn. Dunn will go back towards Smart. Smart with a lofted ball in the box, trying to find Flood. Flood beaten to the ball. The ball comes over to the edge of the area where Dobson's in field. He's holding the ball up, looking for an option. Stonehouse is that option, and then Stonehouse chips the ball in. Walker heads it away. It'll come through here towards Bassett. Bassett closed down by Slough. Slough win the ball back again. In with Nisbet, in towards Togwell. Togwell turns in the centre circle, spreads to Fraser. Fraser down the line for Warren Harris. Harris trying to get down there, but too much on it, and it's a throw to Dorchester on that far hand side, level with their 18-yard line. Let's see if we can find some other scores while the ball's just in that Dorchester half. People just don't seem to tweet with a score on it, do they? Slough with a long ball over the top. Walker will let that go through to goalkeeper Murphy, and we'll just see if we can get some goals somewhere. Dunstable 1, Cirencester 0. There's a long ball in the air. Dunn's underneath it for Slough. Wins it, only heads it as far as Dorchester number 8 Aldring. In towards Brooks. Brooks with the ball down. Easily volleyed clear though by Nisbet. And his ball comes towards Flood. Flood's holding the ball up there with a good battle with Walker. Brooks with the ball down here, looking for the runner Clark. Clark here trying to get away, but Nisbet just steps on the gas and gets there first. Clears it for a throw to Dorchester. And the referee's just going to have a chat here as Nathan Walker and Chris Flood have had a running battle for the last few minutes. And there's nothing said of that. The two of them just keeping an eye as they're both standing next to each other at the moment. Throw comes in from Brooks, finds Vance. Vance right by the corner flag, being pushed there, and slips as he tries to get the ball, and it's out for a goal kick. So 42 minutes here. It's Dorchester 0, Slough Town 2, and it's a goal kick to Slough. Be a couple of minutes just to add on for the injury to the goalkeeper. As Scott pumps the ball forwards, only as far as Bassett. He hits it straight at Dunn and it falls to Vance. Vance just overruns the ball and Slough win it back through Togwell. Then Vance just has a little kick there at as he tries to play the ball. Ball into the middle by Dobson, headed away by Down, only as far as Aldring. Aldring lofts the ball high up in the air, headed away by Nisbet. Comes through though towards Vance. Vance slips and then Nisbet gets in there first, wins the ball back. Williams against Williams on the far hand side, and Jordan plays it back to his goalkeeper, and then Murphy gets the ball from under his feet, plays it back out towards Jordan Williams. And Dorchester bring the ball out on that left-hand side. Williams down the line, looking for Blair. Blair does well, holds up just inside the Slough half. Under pressure from Slough, and it's played down the line for Clark. Nisbet's there first for Slough. Up towards Williams, and Williams is offside. That's Manny Williams. And it's a free kick to Dorchester. Rain still pouring down here at Dorchester. Those of you coming for a sunny weekend are a bit disappointed. As Down takes his free kick for Dorchester, easily headed away though by Togwell. Comes through towards Flood, just having his shirt pulled, but still wins the ball in towards Dunn, in towards Togwell. Slough playing the ball a little bit here, spreads it here towards Dobson. Dobson just lets the ball run, but the ball just holds up in the mud and he can still get the ball. Closed down by two players, whips across in. It's too close to the goalkeeper, is it? Just over the top of the bar, and out for a goal kick. And just wait for this goal kick to come in. There's no one brave enough to be behind that goal on the far hand side, apart from Slough's club photographer, who's getting absolutely soaked. As we wait for Murphy to take this goal kick. Time wasting at 2-0 down, that's a bad sign. As plays the ball forwards on the far hand side. Fraser jumps up, wins the ball, heads it towards Dunn. Dunn hits it straight out of play for a Dorchester throw. And Slough will be playing into that wind and rain in the second half, as it's just really blustering over here now. As we wait for the throw to come in. Comes in towards Oldring. Oldring spreads it back out towards Jordan Williams. Plays the ball, but it's blocked off by Dunn. Another throw to Dorchester, about 5 or 10 yards down that they've gained. And again, Jordan Williams, quick throw in towards Vance. Back towards Williams, plays the ball forward. It's a free header for Smart, only as far as Clark. Clark spreads it out wide here to Bassett, but well spotted by Stonehouse. In their first Slough, in towards Dunn. Tries to spread it quickly towards Mandy Williams, but too much. And it scuttles through to the goalkeeper, Murphy. Murphy with the ball at his feet. Plays it out here towards Down. Down immediately closed down here and spreads it towards Clark. Clark takes it on his chest. Does well to turn. Holds it up. In towards Bassett. Bassett now trying to turn. Back in towards Franklin Clark. He tried to play the ball through, but it's got too much on it and trickles into the hands of Mark Scott in the Slough goal. And under no pressure to hit the ball forward. He now takes this long kick, trying to find Flood, who's on the left-hand side. It's over. It's such a good kick. It's actually gone bounced twice and gone out of play for a goal kick down the other end. That's how strong that wind is behind that goal. And poor old Shane Murphy's got to jump over the barriers to get the ball back here. And I don't blame any ball boy not being out in that weather. Murphy, we've played a minute of added time so far in this first half. Still waiting for Murphy to take this goal kick. And as he takes it long, he's going to hit it straight out of players again. Just catching in the wind. He's maybe should be taking it from a more central position if he can, just to keep the ball in play. But it's a throw to Slough almost on the halfway line. Good crowd here today at Dorchester. There's Fraser with the long throw, trying to find Flood. Flood does well to flick it on, trying to find into the path of Warren Harris. Harris up against Toby Down, but good defending by Down. Sees it out for a goal kick. And sure, the referee must be looking at his watch here now, just to see how much longer there is of this first half. As we wait for Murphy to take this, a few more fans just leaving to head to the T-bar. And that is the half-time whistle here at the Green King Stadium. Slough with this 2-0 lead. Goals coming from Manny Williams on 6 minutes and James Dobson on 37. And Slough will be the more happy of the two sides going in here at half-time. But they will be playing into that wind and rain. As you can see some of the more mature Slough fans just getting up from their seated areas. So while it's half-time, if you do want to get in contact with us, just to let you know, you can contact us on Twitter. It's at MyFC Rebels Radio. Or if you're listening via YouTube, you can contact us on YouTube. If you're a subscriber, there's a comment section on the page. Apparently Hitchin off 4-0 up against Kings Lynn at the moment. Let's see if we can bring you some half-time scores. Hopefully people will put the score on this time. And let's see what we can find for you. Half-time, Cambridge City 1, Leamington 1, Cinderford 0, Redditch 0. Let's have a look at what else we can find. Yeah, Hitchin are 4-0 up. Ebbsfleet United 0, Poole Town 1. That goal coming from a penalty, league above, obviously. So let's see what else we can find. St Neots 3, Kings Langley 0. Dunstable 1, Siren Sisters. It doesn't say it's a half time, it just says that's the latest score. So we'll give it a couple of minutes before we have a look at some more half time scores for you. And just to give you some up and coming events for you. First of all, we would like to ask you to have a look, if you have got the time, if you go onto the Slough Town FC website and look at the 500 Club tickets. Now what that is you put your money from your bank account into our bank account. Don't worry, it's not illegal. There's no Ugandan money laundering going on at all. So basically you pay £5 on a direct debit standing order, and that enters you into a draw. The draw is held at the first home game of every month, and currently the prize, I think the first prize was £200 and the other two prizes were around about 130. I think it's the prize money in total for winning, for coming either first, second or third, totals £490. The other rest of it goes towards the football club. So if you're not a local fan, you do listen to Rebels Radio and you would like to kind of get behind the football club, if you go onto the website, you do have to put your bank details in. Trust me, it's all safe. I'm sorry, don't worry. It doesn't go into my bank details, you're fine. And it will come through, and it's a good way of getting behind the club without having to be there. We know a lot of you don't live in Slough and come from all the way around the world and the UK, so if you do want to get in contact, a big promotion push on that, it'd be great if you could. And if you could get anyone else interested in it, it's a great way of just of helping a local football team or your hometown football team, as well as trying to earn some money. Odds on winning must be a lot better than if you did the lottery. I think the odds of winning are going to be somewhere in the region of 200 to 1. So that can't be too bad a thing to do. We're going to see if we can get some more scores. Apparently Merthyr 0, Frome 1 is half time. And we're just going to have a look around what's going on. Kettering 0, Chesham 2. Stratford 1, Biggleswade 0. Banbury 0, St Ives 0. Basingstoke 1, Chippenham 2. And we're just getting into the final minutes of the Weymouth Hayes games with that early kick-off, so we'll try and give that updated to you in a second. We'll wait for that to come through. Let's see if it does come through. Full-time score is Weymouth 2, Hayes and Yedding 2, so they finally got the game played. Attendance there 451. And that kind of light seems to be it at the moment that we've seen come through at the moment. Oh, some lights have just come on. It's a little bit dark in the press room apparently. So if you do like to get in contact, we've got some people who are listening via the YouTube. Good afternoon to Stephen Roach, Colin Davis, Marchacho, David Pengelly, Shark the Vlog, something is on there as well. So he's listening in, and hopefully we'll see if we can just, as it's half time, sort out some sound issues that we've been having. Let's just have a look and see what else we can find for you. Let's just having a look around. You just keep yourselves a mood. Make a cup of tea or something for a second, and let's see what we can find on this day for you. As we always like to give you some half-time entertainment here, and let's have a look at what we've got from days from this history. There's on this day in 1723, it was the death of Sir Christopher Wren, the architect of St Paul's Cathedral. 1955, Britain's largest ever aircraft carrier, the Ark Royal, was completed. She was the fourth ship of that name to have served under the Crown. Ian Botham in 1978 scored his first Test match century of 103 against New Zealand. And in 2013, on this day, British-born actor Daniel Day-Lewis made Oscar history by becoming the first person to win the Best Actor prize 3 times for his role in Steven Spielberg's Lincoln. So there you go. Just as the stadium announcer, just going through some half-time scores. And we've done those, so it's fine. So we're just gonna see what else is coming through. Farnborough 0, Marlow 1. Just going to see what else we can find. There doesn't seem to be anything else coming through. So what we'll do is we'll take a couple of minutes break while it's half time and allow you all to make a cup of tea or feed the dog or kick the cat or whatever you like to do when you're at home. And we'll be back in a couple of minutes with coverage of the second half for you. Right, good afternoon everyone, welcome back for what will be the start of the second half. The Dorchester players are just coming out, and so are the Slough Town one, so second half should be on in a second. And like I say, if you do want to get in contact us on Twitter at MyFC Rebels Radio, or if you're listening via the YouTube Majunga Fingermajiggy, you have to be a subscriber, but if you scroll down the page it says comments, and it will come through to us here, and we'll give you a shout out and say, give you a bit of a thing. Just going to keep our eyes to see if there's any substitutions. At the moment it doesn't look like them, but not all the players are out at the moment, so we'll keep our eye on that and just run through the two sides with you, just to remind you that the referee today is Timothy Burley from Redroof, and his assistants are Stephen Annis from Penzance and Nigel Darcy from Hale. As just trying to see who's coming on. There's not all the players are out at the moment, so we'll see if we can run through the sides for you in a second. And, right, Slough have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, so Slough got all of their team out, so there's no substitutions for the Rebels. So their side is Mark Scott in goal, 2 and captain is Sean Fraser, 3 Paul Stonehouse, 4 is Nathan Smart, 15 Mark Nisbet, 6 is Lee Togwell, 7 is James Dobson, scorer of the goal on 37 minutes, 8 Simon Dunn, 9 is Manny Williams, scorer of the goal on 6 minutes, 10 is Chris Flood, and 11 is Warren Harris. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And same with the Dorchester side. So in goal is Shay Murphy, 2 Jason Brooks, 3 Jordan Williams, 4 John Vance, 5 and captain Nathan Walker, 6 Toby Downs, 7 Ollie Bassett, 8 Matt Oldring, 9 is Lewis Powell, 10 Franklin Clark, who's on the yellow card, and 11 is Tom Blair. No substitutes for either side at half time. We wait for Mr. Burley. Slough will have the kick-off, shooting from left to right the second half, and it does look as if the rain has stopped. Still a little bit windy here, and the second half does in fact kick off, and Slough with the ball. Here we've done immediately Dorchester trying to pressurise the Rebels here for the start of the second half. Ball over the top, and hacked clear by Walker, headed in by Powell, tries to find Vance. Vance's ball isn't the best, and Slough win it back, but only as far as Oldring. Oldring can spread it out here towards Jordan Williams. Williams chased down by Manny Williams. Plays the ball down the line here for Clark. Clark with a bit of space here. Looks up, gets a cross into the box. That's a good cross, well headed away by Nathan Smart. And Dobson just opens his body just to hook the ball clear. Finds Flood. Flood just holds the ball up on the halfway line. It's got Dobson on the overlap now if he can find it. Dobson does well, keeps it in. Trying to run down the line. Brooks has come across for him. Gets a cross in first time, but it's taken off come off a defender. So it's a corner to Slough. And it'll be on the far hand side. And you can just see it, not only has it stopped rain, but it's got a little bit brighter behind our right hand side goal. And we're just going to see what will happen with this corner for the Rebels. James Dobson taking it, so it's out swinging corner for Slough. As we look to see what it does, just hits it into the middle. So flicked on, comes to the edge of the area where Fraser's in first for Slough. Walker will head the ball away, trying to find Blair on this near hand side. Manny Williams chasing him down. Blair goes, and Manny Williams just adjudged to have caught him there. Is he going to get a yellow card for that one? Well, just a talking to. And Manny Williams will just get a talking to from the referee there as Blair was brought down. It's a free kick to Dorchester, about 15 yards inside the Slough half, and the Dorchester fans not impressed that he didn't get a yellow card. And it's going to be Clark who stands over this free kick. Walker has gone up for this free kick for Dorchester. Clark with this free kick then hits it into the box, aimed at Walker's, headed away though by Fraser. Comes on the far hand side where Chris Flood can smash the ball clear, and still running down the line. There's gone out of play for a throw to Dorchester on that far hand side. About 10 yards inside their own half. Quickly taken on the far hand side by Brooks. Gets the ball back from Vance, and then Brooks looking to play the ball forward. Stonehouse with the header for Slough. Comes down toward Dobson. Dobson with time on the ball to look up and spread the ball. Comes through to Williams. Good header by him into the path of Togwell. Togwell now in towards Harris. Harris takes the touch, goes past down, and then finds Dobson on that left-hand side. Dobson now going to look up. Is he going to try and beat Brooks and get to him? He gets done inside from the box. Dale breaks in, gets the ball in. It's been blocked. Slough appealing for a penalty. It's not been given. The ball come back out, and Dobson will leave it for a throw to the Rebels there. A half-hearted appeal for a penalty, but ball's here with Stonehouse in towards Togwell. Togwell towards Nisbet. Nisbet down the line trying to find Williams. It breaks kindly for him. He's going to try and feed Dunn in on this left-hand side. Dunn down the left. Gives it back towards Manny Williams. Williams will open up. Gives it towards Dobson. Oh, Dobson with a lazy touch, but gets the ball back. Still with the ball at his feet. Shoots. It takes a deflection, and it will come off for another corner to Slough. This one will be on the near-hand side, so it'll be an in-swinging corner for Slough. And the Slough fans in good voice now behind that goal, trying to get their team get behind the Rebels here. There are is there someone filming it, so there could well be some highlights, or if you're a Dorchester fan, most probably lowlights, as Dobson just taking his time with this corner and waiting for this in-swinging corner to come in on that far side. It's whipped in, it's headed away well into the box, so it's come through, then it's finally hooked clear by Dorchester. Togwell heads it in towards Williams. Williams takes a touch, trying to go into the medium, forced backwards, goes all the way back towards Stonehouse. Stonehouse, he's given the ball away, but Bassett just, he couldn't get it out of his control as it was hit at him, and it goes out of play for a throw to Slough, which Togwell trying to find Flood. Flood up against Brooks. Brooks wins that battle, comes out those far to Togwell. Togwell played it back forwards to Flood on the chest, holds the ball up, turns, makes a bit of space, diving tackle, it's cleared only as far as Stonehouse. Ball over the top. Slough just happy to let that run through towards the goalkeeper. Murphy just has to come to the edge of his area, back towards Brooks. Brooks in towards Aldring. Aldring just chips the ball out, but a bit of an aimless ball there, headed on by Nisbet towards Togwell. Togwell takes the ball down, ever assured on the ball, trying to play it down here for Manny Williams. Williams up against Toby Down. Down has to come across, and he's under pressure right by that corner flag. And he's played it out for a corner. That's terrible defending by the ex-Weymouth defender. I'm quite surprised that Dorchester have got someone who's played for Weymouth in their sides. I didn't think that was allowed. It's kind of like Everton going to Liverpool and stuff like that, isn't it? But there you go. Maybe it's a ploy by Weymouth to try and get Dorchester relegated. Who knows? It'll be a corner. It's an out-swinging corner for Slough. Dobson again going to take this corner for the Rebels. Whipped in with some pace. Free header for Slough. It's saved on the line by Murphy and squeezed past the post by Williams for another corner. And there just wasn't a Slough player inside that 6-yard box to tuck the corner away. But it was Warren Harris, of all people, with the header there. And another corner, though, to Slough on that far-hand side. Another out-swinging corner for the Rebels. And again, Dobson standing over it, into the box again. Nisbet trying to climb up and high. It's hooked clear in the end by Blair. Fraser's underneath. He's got power chasing it. Stonehouse will clear. Mistake there by Clark means the ball falls to Manny Williams for the Rebels. He'll go all the way back to his goalkeeper, Mark Scott. And then Scott can try and find Dobson on that left-hand side. Dobson has to come deep as the ball just catches in the wind. Just does well to hold it up against his opposing number 7, and then plays the ball to Stonehouse. Stonehouse finds Manny Williams in towards Warren Harris. Harris will spread it out towards Flood. Flood's on the right-hand side here. Chips the ball in. Manny Williams gets a header to it, but he's just had to go a little bit behind himself to head it. Could have left it for a better option. And it's a goal kick. And we played 6 minutes of this second half. And the Slough fans just behind that goal with a little bit of a tune and then stop. As Murphy looks to get the game back underway. A couple of Slough fans just coming past us here in the commentary position. Murphy with this long kick down. Togwell and everyone misses it. It comes through here towards Powell and keeps it all in, but rolls all the way through to Mark Scott in the Slough goal. And Scott will wait for Power to chase it. Some hardened Dorchester fans now behind the goal as the rain stopped. They're braving the wind out there today as Scott throws the ball about 5 yards outside of his own box and then plays the long ball down. Wind just picking up a little bit. Comes through towards Warren Harris. Harris turns in the centre. Wins the ball back. Gives it towards Simon Dunn. Dunn spreads it to Stonehouse, who's 10 yards inside the Dorchester half, in towards Dobson. Dobson takes a touch. Cuts inside. Still running with the ball. Cuts past Brooks again. Still running with the ball. Brooks is being twisted and torn. Dobson's just running with it. Taken out this time by Oldring. And this is a free kick area that Dobson may well have a shot at. Just going to see if the referee's going to book him. I doubt if he will, not after not booking Manny Williams, but we shall see. And yeah, it's just a talking to there by the referee, but this is a free kick that James Dobson will want to take. This is about 25 yards away from the goal. It's on a little bit closer to the left hand side, so maybe Chris Flood will come across as well. Manny Williams and Nisbet in a chat. So it could well be Manny Williams that will take this one, but it's James Dobson lining it up at the moment. And Nisbet and Flood both just come across. They're just having a little chat. Nisbet's just been told to make a run through. Now, Slough did have a nice free kick routine worked out, but it's not worked because they've never managed to pass it the right way. So roughly 27 yards out, judging by the fact that the ball's a foot inside the 18-yard box. So Dobson and Manny Williams standing over this free kick for Slough. Just waiting for the referee to get the game underway. Nisbet goes across. He comes through to Dobson. Oh, and he's hit the outside of the post with his free kick. And it's gone out for a corner. And Murphy maybe had it covered, but it's hit the post and gone wide. It still remains Dorchester 0, Slough Town 2. 9 minutes gone to this second half. And Murphy being told to play the ball long down the field. As we wait for the goalkeeper just to clear it long. Togwell will rise and win that first head. It comes through to Jordan Williams, just volleys the ball forwards. It comes through towards Powell. Powell does well to take the ball, just surrounded by a couple of players, trying to find Blair, and Blair just being forced wide, hits it straight at Fraser, and it's out for a throw to Dorchester right by the corner flag. And it'll be Jordan Williams that goes across to take this throw, and he's looking for an option. Blair's his option, gives it back to Williams. Williams just cuts inside onto his right foot. Aimless ball there though by him. It's gone, cleared everyone on that far side and goes out and rolls out for a goal kick. And Lewis Power, the Dorchester number 9, acts as a ball boy to get the ball back, and it'll be a goal kick to Slough. And Mark Scott just comes to the edge of his goal just to get a better angle on his kick, as the wind's still coming across a little bit here. As kicks it long, it's going to go towards Dobson. Dobson here up against, Dobson just allowed the ball to run by him and trying to go past Brooks, still running down that left hand side. Brooks tries to get there and does well to get to the ball. Despite the little trick from Dobson, it's a throw to Slough on the far hand side. And while we wait for someone to get the ball, let's see if there's some scores going on in the second half. There's the ball still on the far. Dawson's left it for Stonehouse. Stonehouse with a cross into the box. Walker with the header. And it comes through, and Togwell will chase down with Blair here on this near hand side. Blair's just hit it straight at Fraser. Fraser slipped and can't control it. It's a throw to Dorchester. And if you have got Twitter, someone has kindly videoed that free kick for you. There looks like there'll be a substitution for Dorchester. Where's your little electronic board? Come on, make our life so much easier. 2 substitutions for Dorchester. Coming on is 2 Ollies. So we've got Mayhew. As the Dorchester player just come off, has just thrown his shirt in the dugout and stormed off. So on is Ollie Davis and Ollie Mayhew. And going off is that Lewis Powell and Clark? Was it Powell? So Lewis Powell and Franklin Clark. Franklin Clark was the man who just wanted to show everyone his lovely white undergarment. And we will get the game back underway with Williams. Williams with the throw, looking for Blair. It'll come through to Dunn. Dunn heads it forwards, but straight out of play for a throw here to Dorchester, those substitutes come in on 57 minutes. As the ball down the line, Knife and Smart's trying to come across and shield the ball. Shields the ball well, just getting pulled there by Mayhew, but Slough managed to clear. Only as far as Aldring. Aldring heads the ball, and Blair will chase it. Nisbet hooks the ball away though for Slough. Aldring's underneath it again, wins the header. Comes through to Vance, and two Slough players make a mistake. Comes here through to Mayhew. Mayhew on the edge of the box. Closed down by several players. It'll break through to Vance. Vance just turns. Tricks. Mayhew takes it off, so spreads it on the far hand side for Brooks. Brooks with a cross. Looking for Blair. Blair heads it goalwards and Mark Scott drops it. Still in the box. It's cleared. It's hit Vance. Vance is looking for a penalty. And in the end, it's a corner to Dorchester. So there's two double substitution just working well for Dorchester there. They cause a little bit of problem, Slough, with some defending to do. Couldn't clear the ball properly here, and it's a corner on the far hand side. It looks like Mayhew's gone across to take this one, is it? It's out swinging corner, drilled into the far post. It's Dobson that rises first clear, then flicked on by Fraser, then Togwell, only as far as Vance. Vance just by the centre circle, looks up, tries to play the ball in for Walker, but couldn't tell if it was a cross or a shot. It's gone well wide of the goal, and 14 minutes gone to the second half. Still Dorchester 0, Slough Town 2. And Mark Scott will take his time with this free kick. Just wonder if Slough will give a run out to new signing Ramon Rose. Apparently played in an FA Trophy final, I believe. As Scott with this long kick trying to find Dobson on that left hand side up against Brooks. Dobson wins the header, heads it into the centre circle, comes across to Warren Harris. Harris's header comes through to Jordan Williams. Williams bring the ball in towards Aldring. Aldring takes too much time on the ball when Manny Williams tried to win it back. It's come through to Walker, who smashes the ball looking for Ollie Mayhew. Does well to header the ball in. So Ollie Davis that was, sorry. And then the ball comes into the centre here, and two Dorchester players just wait for the ball, and Dunn gets there first and goes back to his goalkeeper, who's long kick forward. It'll be a free header though for, I thought it was going to be a free header for Walker. Togwell gets there first, flicks the ball on here, looking for Manny Williams. Manny Williams holds the ball up, plays it off Brooks for a throw on the far hand side. And Slough take the throw quickly to Stonehouse. Stonehouse in towards Williams. Williams just holds the ball up well, but taken off him by Davis. Ball played forwards, held up well by Mayhew, but Nisbet reads it well and wins the ball, and then trying to find Dobson on the left hand side. Dobson with a bit of space. Going to try and play it in towards Williams, but Walker's read that well and then played it down the line looking for Mayhew. Just shields the challenge of Stonehouse. Does well, does Mayhew, holds the ball up. And trying to find Vance. Vance in an advanced position for once, in towards Bassett. Oh, Bassett just trod on the ball, and Slough win it back with Togwell. Bassett will chase the ball. The ball's with Nathan Smart. He's going to flick it to the right hand side. And Jordan Williams up against Flood. Flood does well, wins the ball back for Slough, and then loses it. It'll break kindly here for Williams. He's under a bit of pressure from Dobson. Oh, ball comes through, and then Toby Down does well to play it in towards Jordan Williams, and it's down clear, looking for Vance. Vance gives the ball away though to Simon Dunn. Dunn in towards Flood. Flood leaves it for Dunn to run on. Oh, Dunn's trying to go past two players on the outside, and Down comes across and defends, and then Dunn wins it back again, but just can't keep it in. It's gone out for a goal kick. But good play there by Simon Dunn, chasing that ball all the way down. And then we've got two people doing their shoelaces up on the far side. The linesman and Simon Dunn in unison. Dunn taking a little bit longer. And it's a goal kick to Dorchester. 16.5 minutes gone of this second half. Slough just sending a couple of substitutes down on the warm-up. Murphy with the goal kick. Aim towards Vance. Togwell does well to win the first header. Walker shouts for it, heads it forwards, only as far as Fraser. Fraser's header comes towards Warren Harris. Harris just beaten to the ball as Vance dives in and wins it back in towards Bassett. Bassett towards Aldring. Here towards Jordan Williams. Hits it straight at Warren Harris, out for a throw. And Jordan Williams trying to find Bassett. Does well to get the first touch, but Knife and Smart sticks a leg out and blocks it out for another corner. Jordan Williams again takes it quickly. Manny Williams in quick for Slough. Looking to find Flood, but Flood had stopped his run, and Walker has plenty of time to have the ball in his feet outside that centre circle. And Manny Williams just gone down for Slough here at the moment, but the ball's with Blair. Blair holds the ball up by the corner flag, and just about keeps the ball from going out. Plays it into the centre towards Bassett. Bassett plays it across here towards Aldring. Slough temporarily down to 10 men as Manny Williams just on this far end side, holding his eye. Slough with the ball headed forwards towards Flood. Brooks comes across in towards Oldring. Ball as Oldring turns, plays it in towards Vance. Vance just loses the ball and Dunn comes across. Breaks kindly though for Vance. Vance spreads it out here towards Brooks on the far hand side. Not Brooks, sorry, Davis. Played in towards Mayhew. Mayhew trying to turn up against Nathan Smart, but Smart does well. And I think that Manny Williams has got something in his eye. Ball still playing on the far hand side with Ollie Davis. Davis being pushed back, goes towards Oldring. Oldring plays the ball down, looking for Davis to continue his run, but it's got too much on it. And the referee will just stop the play just as I think Manny Williams maybe just got an accidental finger in the eye or something that he's trying to get some water out of. He's waiting to see if he needs any treatment. And he's just coming off the pitch quickly to have his eye looked at. And Mark Scott will get the game back underway here. And so Slough temporarily down to 10 minutes at the moment while Williams gets some treatment. Scott with the goal kick. All four of the Slough substitutes warming up. Kick doesn't reach halfway, gets caught in the wind. Comes through to Smart. Smart just smashes that ball 60, 70 yards all the way though to Murphy in the Dorchester goal. Just rolls it out of his box. Under no pressure. Slough still pretty down as Williams still being treated. Murphy's plenty of time to just kick the ball forward, and we'll spread it here towards Jordan Williams on this left hand side. Takes the ball down, brings it 10-15 yards forward, plays it in, and a slip by then allows Mayhew to come in. He's trying to find Jordan Williams, but Warren Harris comes across, and it has come off Jordan Williams last. It's a throw to Slough, and Manny Williams will come back on for Slough, so Slough back to 11. And it's a throw to the Rebels down there, halfway inside their own half. Sean Fraser standing over it. And Fraser with the throw, trying to find Flood, but it's flicked on by Blair. Then it's played through by Davis, but it just bounces kindly to Marks, because on the edge of his areas, Nathan Smart just holds off Ollie Mayhew, and it comes into the goalkeeper's arms. And he'll just wait us a little bit more time with this kick. He kicks it high into the air. It's going to catch in the wind again. Oldring underneath it for Dorchester. Only finds Togwell though. Togwell flicks the ball forwards, comes through to Jason Brooks. Brooks chests it down, then plays the ball looking for Ollie Mayhew. Nisbet telling his goalkeeper to come and collect it. Nisbet has to deal with it in the end on that far hand side. Does well. Brings the ball out. Still running with the ball. Just hits a Dorchester player. Togwell with a header. Oldring stretches. Slough win it back. But Bassett does well. Works hard to win it out here to Jordan Williams in the left back position for Dorchester. Just he's looking for an option. Option comes into the box from Vance. Play back in towards Blair. Blair just couldn't take it on his foot. Curls it to looking for the far post from the edge of the box there. But at least a little bit wide there. But good play there by Dorchester. And the two substitutions for Dorchester have seen them play a lot more positively in these last 9 minutes since they've come on. And Slough just happy to let them have the ball a little bit of distance away from goal, but most probably need a third goal just to take the spirit out of this Dorchester side. And Scott with this goal kick for the Rebels. And again it catches in that wind and doesn't make the halfway line. Simon Dunn's underneath it, heads it on. Blair wins it first, then Bassett heads it, comes through towards Fraser. Fraser can't get a decent clearance on it. Comes through to Nisbet, he does clear well. Up towards Williams, Manny Williams for Slough. Manny Williams wins I thought he won a free kick, but the referee has said it's an offside. And it's a free kick for Dorchester. They're going to send forwards both Down and Nathan Walker for this free kick. It's about a foot inside the Dorchester half. The left back Jordan Williams standing over this free kick, and he plays it on the far hand side looking for Walker. Walker does in fact win the header, comes through to Blair. Blair lays it up for Oldring, just being forced back towards Bassett. Bassett's going to try and find Walker on the far hand side. Nisbet does well to win the header. Now if Dobson can keep the ball in on the far hand side, he can get Slough on the attack. He does, plays it up towards Manny Williams. Williams holds, and the ball has actually gone out of play for a throw to Dorchester on the far side. Taken quickly by Dorchester, and they try and go down the line, but they've Ball's come off a Slough play. It's another throw to Dorchester, halfway inside the Slough half this time though. And the ref, well, I thought it was halfway inside the Slough half. Referee's just making him come back 10 yards. So there you go. So it's a throw here for Dorchester with Brooks. Volleyed clear by Stonehouse. Comes into the centre where Togwell tries to clear it. Stonehouse trying to get there. Does well to hold the ball and win it, and then clears down. I thought he cleared it down. It's gone out of play for a throw to Dorchester. Dorchester with a good spell of pressure here at the moment. Hitchin off 5-0 now. And Murphy apparently got an equaliser. So the throw comes in from Dorchester. They've got the ball. Togwell though comes across, wins it for Slough, plays it down the line, and it's gone out again for another Dorchester throw. So Dorchester with this good spell of possession on the far hand side, but nothing making of it yet. Again, the referee's not impressed with where it's being taken. Lets it go anyway. Bassett with the ball. Oh, just runs into a couple of Slough players. Then Oldring wins it back, comes back out towards Bassett. In towards Brooks, who gets across him, but too close to the goalkeeper, Mark Scott, who can take that down easily. And now the Slough fans start to get behind their side, just trying to give them a little bit of a boost here. As they've been a little bit flat this second half, apart from that James Dobson free kick. Dobson, who does wins that first header, comes through to Down, who just smashes that ball. Just almost got it out the ground there, but it's a throw to Slough, and Slough will need to try and just up the tempo a little bit here for this second half. They've been a little bit slow, being outplayed by a bit more workmanship from the Dorchester side. Quick throws, headed away though, only comes through towards Togwell. Togwell just can't get it into the path of a Slough play. Comes through to Jordan Williams. Jordan Williams closed down by Warren Harris. In towards Ollie Bassett. Bassett trying to hold the ball up on the halfway line. Gives it back to Williams. Then Williams plays it down towards Blair. Blair coming down that left hand side. Gets down the byline. Keeps the ball in. Togwell in front of him. Here he hits his cross straight at Togwell. And it does bounce out though for a corner to Dorchester. And again, Dorchester will send the two centre backs in, Walker and Down forwards for this one. Bassett standing over this corner for Dorchester. 25 minutes gone of this second half already. It doesn't seem to have been that long. Played into the box, easily caught there by Mark Scott, and that's a poor corner there by Dorchester, and Scott just holding the ball. I'm always going to kick it quick, but being told just to waste a little bit more time. And then does kick long, aiming towards Dobson. Dobson flicks it on well, but can't keep it in play. Does it come off a Dorchester head? No, it's a Dorchester throw. And Murphy sprints 30 odd yards to get the ball, to rush it back, so to try and get Dorchester back on his front foot. Brooks with the throw for Dorchester. Only finds Stonehouse. Done with the second header towards Togwell. Togwell heads it on. Oldring wins the header, but Slough win it back through Dunn, and then the referee says that Dunn's fouled, so it's a free kick to Dorchester. Couple of feet inside the Dorchester half. Walker takes it quickly, finds Jordan Williams. He's found a lot of space in this second half. In looking for a 1-2. Warren Harris comes across for Slough to try and defend. Plays it down the line here towards Manny Williams. Williams can turn and try and get Slough on the attack. Going to try and find. It's a lovely ball for Dobson to run onto. Dobson now have a bit of space. He's got Brooks in front of him. Just trying to find. Flood makes a run into the box. Flood is where he aims it. Walker comes across, wins the header. Brooks then heads the ball on. And Vance gets there first for Dorchester. Back towards, looking for Jason Brooks. And the ball had gone out of play. So this time Slough finally get a throw on that far hand side. And Mark Scott just boots the ball back towards the area. Just gone off the field. Almost lands in a bin there. And Stewart rushes across to get the ball. Take your time, there's no hurry. Slough have a throw, 10 yards inside the Dorchester half. Stonehouse with it, in towards the fellow Mitchell brother Togwell. Togwell's ball calls kindly towards Dunn. Dunn now bursting through, a couple of players. Play back out here towards Warren Harris. Harris leaves it for Manny Williams. Williams will leave it here for Fraser. Fraser looks up, is he going to have a shot? He does, but that's why on 200 and something appearances he's only ever scored 3 goals. He's not going to add to his total with a shot like that, unfortunately. Although I believe in the Six Nations that would have been 3 points. I thought I'd nick your line, you see, that's why. Frome have now gone 2-1 up away to Merthyr. As the long ball forward, volley cleared by Smart. It'll break here in the centre for Dobson. Dobson plays it towards Warren Harris. Harris under pressure can clear. Finds Toby Down, but Down does well to evade the challenge of Flood. Leaves it for Walker. Walker spreading it, looking for Blair. Blair trying to get a touch on it, can't get to it. And Sean Fraser just sees it out as Vance, who's in a lot more of an advanced position this second half for Dorchester. But it's a throw to Slough, halfway inside their own half. Sean Fraser will take it on this near-hand side. And Slough just taking their time with these throws. It's one back by Vance, comes through towards Fraser. Fraser in towards Togwell. Togwell turns and then plays it down the line, trying to find Manny Williams. Manny Williams lets the ball run, comes back to Walker. Walker goes back to his goalkeeper Murphy. Manny Williams will chase it down. Murphy takes a touch, leaves it towards Toby Down. Down spreads it to Nathan Walker. Then Walker pumps the ball forwards, finding Vance. Vance with a little flick on, headed away by Fraser. Comes through to Warren Harris. Wins the ball in towards Flood. Flood looks up, trying to find Manny Williams. Williams takes it on his thigh, trying to flick it in towards Dobson. Dobson hits it first time, and there's obviously the Slough players have obviously got a thing against the Dorchester ball boys. That one also has gone out of the ground over the bar. And Mr. Clark, who threw his shirt off as he got substituted, has now just come and sat back on the substitutes bench. Maybe he gets a fine if he doesn't come back out. Maybe that's what it is. Murphy with this goal kick for Dorchester. Aimed again towards Vance. Togwell does well to win the header. Down underneath it. Volleys it only as far as Harris, who volleys it straight back in towards Walker. Spreads the body, trying to find Bassett. Comes through towards Nathan Smart. In towards Dobson. Dobson holds it on the halfway line. Trying to find it, and Slough win a free kick for a handball. It's gone the other way. So a handball off Simon Dunn. A free kick to Dorchester on the halfway line. Oldring takes it quickly in towards Bassett. Bassett closed down out towards Jason Brooks. Plays the ball forwards. Togwell wins that first header. Heads it into the path of Dobson. And Dobson can bring the ball forwards. Unchallenged here. Runs 20-30 yards. Still running with the ball. In, tries to find Manny Williams. Williams will leave it for Dunn. Dunn bursts in back in towards Dobson. Shoots! Oh, and it's a third goal for the Rebels. And that is just how you attack on the counter. Dobson with his second of the game on 30 plus 75. There you go. 75 minutes. Good play on the far hand side between him, Manny Williams and Simon Dunn, and he got the ball back inside the box from about 12 yards and then just smashed it into the back of the net to give Slough 3 goals here at the Green King Community Stadium. Dorchester 0, Slough Town 3. And all Dorchester's efforts so far in this second half have come to nothing. And Slough just taking their time getting back into position. And Dorchester took the kick off and the referee hadn't blown the whistle. There you go. They're trying. And then take the kick off with Bassett now trying to find Blair. Blair seen a lot of the ball the second half. Headed away by Fraser. Comes through to Dunn. The ball comes back out towards Togwell. Togwell just treads on the ball. Loses it to Vance, but Harris tries to win it back for Slough. Comes through to Blair. Blair's got Jordan Williams on this left hand side. Williams back in towards Blair. Blair looks up. Plays the ball for Ollie Bassett, but it's just a little bit too far. And just skims off the surface and goes out for a goal kick. And Slough will take their time with this kick. And we'll see as we wait for Mark Scott to take this goal kick. Let's see if we can find some scores from around the grounds. You're going to see a substitution for Slough. Manny Williams will be the player coming off. And making his debut for the Rebels is Ramon Rose, who apparently also played for QPR. 57. Yeah. As Manny Williams just making his way off here before this goal kick comes. Let's see if we see some scores from around. A lot of people tweeting but not putting scores on their tweets. Cambridge and Leamington still 1-1. Chippenham are still leading at Basingstoke 2-1 with 20 minutes left. Merthyr, it says someone said Froome winning at Merthyr. Hasn't come through here yet. And then a final substitution for Dorchester. Coming off is Tom Blair. Coming on is Ben Wood. Those substitutions on 77 minutes. And Mark Scott will then eventually get the game back underway with this goal kick. And headed forwards by Oldring. Comes off Nisbet's knee. Comes on the far hand side to Davis. Leaves it for Oldring. Oldring can turn. Bring it out towards Brooks. Brooks back into Oldring. Pushes by Slough's number 8 Dunn. Just turns. Holds off the challenge of him. Running with the ball. And plays it in now towards Bassett. Bassett looking for Williams on this far hand side. I can just say Williams now because there's only one on the pitch. Jordan Williams with the ball into the box. Nathan Smart first to it. Back only as far as the Oldring though. Oldring goes back towards Toby Down. Trying to find the substitute Wood on the far hand side. Fraser's in there first for Slough. Then Nathan Smart clears. Flood trying to flick on for Rose. Rose will chase it down. He wins the ball back. Wins it back and plays it into the path of Flood. Slough 3 against 3, but Chris Flood couldn't take the ball with him. And then the ball played down at the front. Fraser's won the ball back and then loses it immediately. Ball here with Bassett being forced backwards away from goal. Can turn on the almost centre circle. Spreads it again here to Williams. Seeing some ball down. It gets a cross in. It's Wood who takes a touch. Good tackle there by Sean Fraser. Ball with Warren Harris. Play towards Dunn. Headed back though by Down. In towards Bassett. Bassett leaves it for Oldring to take over. Back towards Brooks. Brooks just chips the ball forwards trying to find Ben Wood. Takes it on his chest but only finds Fraser. Slough's clearance will come towards Warren Harris. Leaves it for Chris Flood. Flood's going to play it down the line for Ramon Rose to chase. In a foot race here with Walker. Walker gets there first. I thought he got a push there, and I think Walker thought he got a push there, but it's not a free kick, it's a throw to Slough level with the 18-yard box, and Ramon Rose isn't the biggest of players. Walker most probably is, and Walker just goes down a little bit easy. Slough have a throw on this near-hand side, and Warren Harris will go to take it. In towards Togwell, gives it back towards Warren Harris. Harris trying to play it in towards Flood. Flood now on the byline, gets across in. It's blocked by Down, and it's a corner for Slough. And again, Dobson will go across taking this one. Dobson now on a hat trick for the Rebels. Is not going to score from a corner, surely. As it's an in-swinging corner for the Rebels on this far-hand side. Slough still send almost every man forwards into the box. Headed away by Walker. It will only come as far as Sean Fraser. Fraser will take a touch. Just chased down by Ollie Bassett, but it comes through towards Dunn. Dunn looks up trying to chip the ball in. Nisbet makes a room for it. Comes back out here towards Rose. Rose takes a touch but loses the ball and slips, and it comes through to Vance. Vance to Bassett. Bassett turns into trouble and almost loses the ball, but does well to keep hold of it. Then spreads it to the right back, Brooks. Brooks on the halfway line can bring it forwards. Goes back towards Bassett. Bassett just with a bit of time here now just to play it forwards, but Slough win the ball back with Dobson in towards Chris Flood. Flood just walking leisurely with the ball, trying to find Dobson, but Brooks has come back to take it. And ball's back here with Nathan Walker, the captain of Dorchester, looking forward. Stonehouse reads it well, wins it. Flicked on by Togwell. Brooks will head it back towards Walker. Dorchester just not getting into that final third at the moment. Walker with the ball forward. Again, Stonehouse spots it, but his header only finds Oldring. Oldring finds Ben Wood. Wood just looks up. We've got Williams again in acres of space on this left-hand side. He'll knock a ball in here to Bassett. Bassett just digs it out of the mud. Plays it behind Wood. And Mayhew tries to get there first, but Nisbet with the tackle. Ben Wood wins it, and then Nathan Smart brings it out for Slough. Still running with the ball is Nathan Smart. He's going round everyone. Then plays it down the far-hand side. And Ramon Rose has got a yellow boot and a pink boot. And they're all covered in mud. Ball's breaks to Williams. It's ball headed away. That only far as Oldring. Oldring trying to spread the play on the far-hand side to Davis. Davis makes a mistake, and Stonehouse with the clearance down the line. Dobson will chase this, and he's going to try and get there in front of... the goalkeeper's come out. Is he going to trip him for a free? He's chipped him! And it's just bounced across the goal. And in the end, Toby Down can get there. Dobson almost got his hat-trick there, as Shane Murphy went walkabouts for some strange reason on the far-hand side. Balls with Dorchester with Oldring. Oldring just closed down a little bit, spreads it to Brooks. Brooks takes a couple of touches. Just looking for an option. Oldring is his only option. Oldring turns. Gives it to Bassett. Bassett playing a lot more of this ball in the second half. Back towards Toby Down. Down just turns under no pressure. And then plays the ball looking for Davis on the near hand side. Stonehouse wins a header and then smashes his header down the field looking for Chris Flood. Walker's there for Dorchester, but Walker's ball will only break here towards Togwell. Togwell in towards Dobson. Dobson will try and get the flick on, and again he's got a chance to run down the left hand side. He looks up, there's extras of people. It's Ramon Rose who can't get there. Oh, it almost fell kindly for Slough. It was Williams in the end with the tackle, and now Ollie Bassett, so he can bring the ball forward here for Dorchester. It's been closed down, and Togwell will chase it. Slough will try and get the ball back. It's here with Wood. Wood just runs into two Slough players, but manages to keep possession. Back with Oldring. Oldring trying to flick it out, but not enough on it. Down with Fraser. Fraser looking for Rose. Town just stretches to win the ball back here for Dorchester. Got about 7 minutes of the game left. Ball here now looking for Mayhew. Mayhew down the left-hand side. Goes past Fraser. Just runs to the byline. Oh, goes past another, but then just as Nathan Smart slid in, Mark Nisbet came across, but Rose loses the ball to Williams. Williams chipping the ball into the box. It comes into the centre. Hook cleared by Nisbet. And then done with this next clearance. Comes out towards Dobson. Dobson takes the ball on his chest. Oh, flicks it past, but just can't keep hold of the ball. And Walker wins it back and feeds Brooks down the right-hand side. Brooks closed down. Chips the ball inwards. Warren Harris first to the ball for Slough. Then Nisbet again smashing that ball cleared down the field. And just putting Dorchester on the back foot. And Walker will play it towards Brooks. Brooks in towards Bassett. Oh, but it's well spotted by Slough. And Slough got the ball. He's broken kindly too. He's got to Rose. Rose has got to the ball. Is in there through to... Oh, the goalkeeper's blocked it. Is it still going in? Rose heads it. It's off the bar. Oh, and it's gone wide for a corner in the end, of a goal kick. Is the goal kick. It was Ramon Rose. I'm going to see a second substitution for the Rebels. Coming off is Warren Harris. And then coming on is Jake Jackman. That substitution with 84 minutes. And so Josh Jackman will come on, and the attendance here today is 446, made up with a good travelling support of Slough fans. And Murphy with this goal kick. Aimed here, Vance wins the flick on, only as far as Fraser. Fraser with the ball here, looking for Rose. Rose will hold the ball up as he up against Toby Down. Just runs down the byline, trying to get across in. Oh, it does get across it. It comes in all the way, and then it's hooked clear by Brooks. Only as far as Simon Dunn, done inside the box. Up high, fix it, first time shot, and then he just hits it into the ground, and it takes the power out. Murphy gathers that one easily, and the Slough fans just starting to sing a little bit now with this 3-0 lead for the Rebels as Murphy plays the ball forwards. Trying to find Davis. Stonehouse lets the ball bounce, and there's time to get to the ball first and clear. Up towards Dobson. Dobson leaves it for Flood. Flood then plays it for Dobson. Dobson does well to keep it. Oh, I thought he kept it in, but it's gone out for a throw to Dorchester on the far side. And it's a throw just inside the Dorchester half. Flicked on, but it comes through to Stonehouse. Stonehouse with the ball forwards, only as far as Down. Down under pressure from Flood can just control the ball. Turns the ball down, looking here for Davis. Davis will play it in for Vance. Back out towards Davis. Davis on that right hand side, hugging the sideline. He plays it into Mayhew, but Mayhew was offside. And if the score stays as it is, that means that the last two times that Toby Down has played against Slough, he has been on the end of a 3-0 thrashing. So maybe if we could get him on loan to Chippenham, Slough might have a chance of winning the league. If only. I make it we've got about 3.5 minutes plus whatever the referee adds on for any extra. Dorchester 0, Slough Town 3 is the score. Slough could maybe and should have had a couple more goals at least today, as Scott's header is headed away by Down. Ball played over the top, looking for the run of Flood. Flood heads it in towards Rose. Rose showing some speed, trying to break into the box. Good tackle there in the end by Brooks. And the ball comes out. It's a throw to the Rebels just by the away dugout in front of our commentary position. And Slough in absolutely no hurry whatsoever to take this throw, as a train just whistles past the top on that far hand side. Fraser with this throw will come in eventually. And Jackman trying to flick it on, but heads it the wrong way. Wood with the clearance for Dorchester trying to find Mayhew. Nathan Smart's underneath it for Slough. Smart's just going to try and shield it out and does well to do that. And again, Slough will just take their time, just trying to ease the clock down here. Let's see if there's some latest scores from around the other games that affect us. Let's just see what we can find here. Leamington and Cambridge still 1-1. St Neots leading 3-1. Ball's here with Brooks. Just run straight into Dunn. Now Slough on the attack again. It's 3 against 2. The ball's just played a little bit behind Chris Flood, and Williams can bring the ball out for Dorchester. Played in here towards Bassett. Bassett in the centre circle. Just has time to control the ball and look up for an option. Not much of an option on for him. Trying to find Williams. Williams gets the ball on this left-hand side. Looks up, gets a cross in early. Nathan Smart with the clearance, but it's not the best. It's a corner. Here to Dorchester with about a minute or so to go. Good afternoon to Chris Ashley, who's listening in. He says, loving your work, Age. You're making it feel like we're in Dorchester. Don't want to be in Dorchester. It's a mucky, horrible day here. Ball played into the box. And it's from the corner. Mark Scott just gathers that from the corner. And Dorchester haven't done too well with the corners that they've had today. Haven't made the most of that time on that far hand side. Ball's here with Bassett from the goal kick. Bassett plays it back towards Walker. Walker looks up, plays the ball down the line, trying to find Wood. Wood's header comes through towards Nisbet and then played back towards Stonehouse. Stonehouse down the line trying to find Flood. Walker, strong header, but again only finds Nisbet towards Togwell. Takes a deflection, cleared by Brooks. And just a little bit scrappy in these last couple of minutes. Slough with the ball out, but it'll go out of play. It's a throw to Dorchester. Brooks takes it quickly in towards Aldring. Aldring just forced to play it back towards, but played in here towards Ben Wood. Ben Wood with a good touch. Holds the ball up well on the halfway line. Back towards Aldring. Gives it here to Bassett. Bassett with acres of space in front of him. Just running away from the goal instead of to it. Plays it in and well spotted here by Nathan Smart. Now Smart can look up and play it towards Flood. Flood's got a chance here to run at goal here. He's got Ramon Rose with him if he wants him. He finds Rose, and Rose will go past and make it 4 for the Rebels, and the goal on his debut for Ramon Rose. Good work though, all come from Nathan Smart. Played it into Flood. Flood with the assist, and Slough have a 4-0 score here. To be honest, it could have been 6 or 7, and Slough have hit the last 2 goals on the counter-attack of Dorchester, who tried to play the ball forwards, but as it is, it's Dorchester 0, Slough Town 4. That goal coming from Ramon Rose literally on the 90th minute. So he's been on the pitch 13 minutes before he's got his debut goal, and he's already hit the bar as well once today, so not bad 13-minute cameo. Ball here with Bassett from the kick-off for Dorchester. Just runs into a Slough player, has to go wide towards Brooks. Brooks with the ball forwards, can only find Stonehouse. Stonehouse has got plenty of time now to clear for Slough. Up towards Rose. Rose trying to hold the ball up. Finds Dobson. Dobson evades a couple of challenges. Ball fakes sphere to Dunn. Dunn will find Dobson again down that left-hand side. Dobson crosses in first time, trying to find Flood. Toby down there first to it, and then hooks the ball away only as far as Stonehouse. The ball headed back. Walker's there first for Dorchester. Plays it in again. Nisbet's first to the first Slough. In towards Rose. Rose with those multicoloured boots. Just shows a lovely bit of skill. Then plays it in, looking for Dobson. Dobson on the hat-trick, but he cuts inside. Still with the ball. Can he make it 5? It's a shot. It's saved well, though, by Murphy. And he still can't get that hat-trick from Dobson. And ball's thrown out here. And Slough win it back through Stonehouse. Stonehouse, I was going to say he was going to run down and cross in, but he